at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, set. Ready.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. You talk about this Falcon defense. They enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Kamara up the middle. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 11 yards there, just like last play. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Again, it's Kamara. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Milton Williams there on the tackle. The Broncos at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Let's go.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. They'll try and run this with Austin. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Complete. It's Johnson. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. They work now on 2nd and 9. Richardson looking to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. When you look at this Bronco defense, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
They held them to just 7 points, and in reviewing the game tape, I'm wondering how they got the 7. I actually wrote a note to myself. How did they even score? The way they were put, absolutely dominating on their side of the ball.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Broncos 3, Falcons 0.
Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Richardson out of the shotgun. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Malik Neighbors, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
7, Broncos 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
He finds Austin complete, and they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Love from the gun. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara, and he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Love now. That's complete. It's Josh Riley. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
That's good. For a Denver Broncos.
In motion right is Austin. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They run it again with Kamara. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
Richardson working from the gun. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 50 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. They go play action with Richardson. They'll roll him out right. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Anthony Richardson taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10.
Falcons 14, Broncos 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
And they're on the 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Love. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Come on, set. Set, go.
Love looking to throw it. Complete to Austin here over the middle. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Set up. Come 19. Come 19. Ready.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Let's go. Go.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Again, it's Love. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
Throwing. Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Street. Warrior 70. Ready.
To the air again, Love. And that is incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Well, Love wants to shift things around.
Set, go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Crossing route catch made by Johnson. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Will Lutz for the Broncos field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
19 right. Here we go. Set. Ryan.
From the shotgun, Richardson. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Anthony Schwartz in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8.
Falcons 21, Broncos 13.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Set. Ready.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Richardson. And this is Cook with a grab. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Go! Rig alert! Rig alert! Broncos.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. Just a gain of a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
To throw now, here's Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here we go, here we go. Buffalo 18. Check go.
Now Love. Completes it to Austin. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 104 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand it Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Love. And this is going to be incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Track at 60. Come on, set. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Ready.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Boye Mafe got through the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Ready. 19 tight. 19 tight. Check. Go.
Working out of the gun. Love. Now the ball comes loose, and the Falcons grab it. And the return will stop right around the 25.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Here's Richardson to throw. Out left and complete to Thornton. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. From the 27, Love over the middle and hits it Austin. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. Love now. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 22. 144 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts.
First down and goal to go.
Again, this is Kamara. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Falcons are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well, cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his 1st sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. From his own end zone, it's Richardson. And he is caught. And they work this out past the 25.
Complete to Tyquan Thornton. 24-yard gain on the play.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. He's got the hook up there to Neighbors. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Richardson looking to throw it. And this one is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Here's Love. He's got Johnson. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
Love. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Falcons have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
Kind of a strange ball game, Charles. We did not have a single point by either team after half.
Really a defensive clinic by